The learning intention for this lesson is I will be able to divide in a given ratio, and you might want to pause it and have a go at this APK activity first for a minute. And we're looking at our first example here of dividing a given ratio. So 500,000 dirhams is divided between Abdul and Noor in the ratio of 3 to 7. How much money does each person receive? So I'm going to draw a box around that. That is our big question that we need to answer. How much money does each person receive? So the important information is we have 500,000 dirhams and it's divided between Abdul and Noor, and it's in the ratio of 3 to 7. So they're not dividing it equally between themselves. It's in the same order that appears. So Abdul is appearing first, then Noor, and with the ratio it's 3 to 7. So Abdul is getting 3 parts and Noor is getting 7 parts. So one of the ways that we could do this is we could represent this using a bar model. And so we could say that Abdul is getting 3 parts. So I'm representing those 3 parts there. Noor is getting 7 parts. So she's getting 7 parts. And by the way, they should all look equal. Just my drawing might be a little bit off. So Noor is getting 7 parts. So there's a total, all of that will come to 500,000 dirhams. And so we know that if we join those together, the 3 parts for Abdul and the 7 parts for Noor, we get a total of 10 parts. So we've got 10 parts there, and we've got the 500,000 dirhams. So we need to find out, we know that 3 of those parts are for Abdul. I'll just put an A there for Abdul. And the 7 parts here are for Noor, and I'll put an N for Noor. So if we find out the value of one of those parts, to do that, we've got 500,000 divided between 10 of them, because there are 10 parts in total. So to find out one of those, we do 500,000 divided by 10, and that's equal to 50,000 dirhams. So each one of those little parts is worth 50,000 dirhams. So for Abdul, it's 3 times by 50,000, which is equal to 150,000 dirhams. And for Noor, she has 7 of those parts, so it's 7 times by 50,000, which is equal to 350,000. Now, another way that we could do this, that ties in with this, but we're not drawing a picture with this method, is with our total number of parts are 10, the 3 parts plus the 7 parts. Abdul has 3 out of those 10 parts, and so we're doing, to find for Abdul's amount, 3 over 10 multiplied by 500,000 dirhams, and just the way that you would normally find fractions of amounts, 3 multiplied by 500,000, then divide by 10, and that would give you an answer of 150,000. So the same answer that we got. For Noor, total number of parts is 10. 7 out of those total number of parts are hers, so we're finding for her amount 7/10 of 500,000. Same thing, 7 multiplied by 500,000, then divide by 10, and that would give you the answer of 350,000. In our next question here, we've got concrete mixture for a footpath was made up of 1 part of cement, 2 parts of sand, and 4 parts of blue metal. And how much sand was used to make 4.2 cubic meters of concrete? So our big question is how much sand was used to make the 4.2 meters of concrete. So also in the question they give us some important information, that is the 4.2 cubic meters of concrete. So we've got the cement, and I'll put that there, cement. We've got sand, and we've got the blue metal. I'll just put BM for blue metal. So it's 1 part of cement, which we can just put with our bar, and 2 parts of sand, and then there are 4 parts of blue metal. So we can draw those 4 parts here. And all of that, when it's mixed together, in this case, is making 4.2 cubic meters of concrete. So, like we did with our previous problem, we've got a total of 7 parts, because 1 part of cement, plus the 2 parts of sand, plus the 3 parts of blue metal. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7 parts, and all of that, all those 7 parts together is equaling to 4.2 cubic meters. So to find out what one of those parts is equal to, it's 4.2 cubic meters divided by 7, and that would give us 0.6 cubic meters. So one of these blocks is 0.6. So for cement, it's 0.6 cubic meters, and for the sand, it's 2 times by 0.6, so it's 1.2 cubic meters, which we've answered our question already now, because they're just wanting to know how much sand. So it's the answer is 1.2 cubic meters of sand is needed. Now, doing this the other method, which is tied in with the bar model method that we did here, our total number of parts is 7. For the cement, it's 1 out of 7 times by 4.2 cubic meters. But we're not wanting to find out the cement, we just want to find out the sand. So for the sand, it was 2 parts out of a total of 7 parts. So we're finding 2/7 of 4.2 cubic meters. So again, 2 times by 4.2, then divide by 7, and that would give us our answer of 1.2 cubic meters. In our third example, 3 friends, Yusuf, Aisha, and Ahmed, contribute some money to buy a lottery ticket. So a lottery ticket is you buy it, and if you win a lot of money. Yusuf contributes 5 dirhams. Aisha contributes 10 dirhams, and Ahmed contributes 12 dirhams. They agree to share any prize that they win in the ratio of their contribution. So they're going to share any prize that they win in the ratio of their contribution. So a big question is, how much will each friend receive if they win 18 million dirhams? So I'll just draw a box around that big question there. So that's our big question. So we know they're not going to share it equally. They're sharing it in their contribution. So if Yusuf is contributing 5 parts, because he's contributing 5 dirhams, and Aisha is contributing 10, and we know that, and I'll put Aisha there, and Ahmed is contributing 12. So Ahmed is contributing the most, so if they win, he will get the largest share, because he's contributed the most. So we know that we've got 5 parts here for Yusuf, 5 parts. We've got 10 parts for Aisha and 12 parts for Ahmed. So we've got a total of 5, add 10, add 12. We've got a total of 27 parts. So for Yusuf, out of the 27, he's contributing 5 out of the 27. Aisha is contributing 10 out of the 27, and Ahmed is contributing 12 out of the 27. So to find out how much each person will get, for Yusuf it's 5 over 27 multiplied by 18 million. And for Asia, we multiply that by 18 million. And for Ahmed, it's 12 over 27 multiplied by 18 million. And you could use your calculator to find that out. And if we use our calculator to find that out, the quick and easy way is we could make the 5 over 27. You could do 5 divided by 27, make it into a decimal, and then multiply that by 18 million. And that would give us 3,333,333.3 recurring dirhams. And for Asia, it would be double that amount. So that would be so it would be 6,666,666.6 dirhams recurring. And for Ahmed, same thing. You could do 12 divided by 27, get that as a decimal, multiply that by the 18 million, and that would give us 7,999,999.9 recurring dirhams.